Hello, welcome everyone. Welcome to an episode of The Big Idea. I'm your host, Jason Seymour. I'm the spokesperson for the U.S. mission to the Association of Southeast Asian Nations. We started this show because we know that Southeast Asia is filled with leaders who not only have big ideas, but have taken those big ideas and turned them into a reality. And we have one very special guest of that caliber with us today. Ismi, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Jason. Thank you, everyone. Hello, everyone. It's nice to see you all here. I'm Ismi from Indonesia. Thank you, Jason, for this opportunity.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. Absolutely. And we're going to do this interview in English, even though I could practice Bahasa Indonesia saya, but let's start. But maybe we can float back and forth. You can test out my language skills. But I'm so excited to talk to you today. And one of the first topics that I want to address is a very special program that the U.S. mission organizes with some wonderful implementing partners and volunteers and lots of people to make it happen. And that is the Women's Leadership Academy. You are the, I believe the correct title is the country coordinator of the Women's Alumni Network. Did I get that right?
Yeah, it's the YSEALI PWLA Alumni Network country lead, if I can correct it.
Thank you.
So,
thank you.
yeah.
The main that you
okay.
oversee many of our alumni who participated in this wonderful program. So why don't you start by telling our audience, what is the Women's Leadership Academy?
So yeah, thank you for your question. Actually, Women Leadership Academy is one of the program that U.S. Mission to ASEAN have partnering with WeDo. So we have like a program to train the women to advance their leadership skill by through the webinar online session. So every year there is a different topic. Especially for the women, young leader in Southeast Asia. So if you are a woman with you have an initiative, or you are the leader in your community, running your NGO or maybe your business owner, you are a business owner, or this year the specific theme is public health sector. So we have 5, if I'm not mistaken, we have 5 alumni from Indonesia that concern to work in health relative sectors. So yeah, Women Leadership Academy is a platform where women can encourage each other, can make a connection through not only in Indonesia, but also in Southeast Asia. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes, likely our audience is very aware of how dedicated the US government has been to donating vaccines and vaccine doses, safe and effective vaccine doses to the Southeast Asian community. But we've been doing other projects as well with training of young leaders. And that is the reason we decided to focus on public health this year. But you participated, if I'm not mistaken, in 2019. Is that correct?
In 2020. So 2020. Last year. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. It was last year. Gosh, time flies. Time flies. So, what was the theme your year?
It's not the theme that I was in a program is not specific, but we have. It's only a woman leader that has initiative. So we coming with a different background. There is an educator background, me as a social entrepreneur, and also social environmental activist. There's also from NGO, and yeah, many backgrounds. So just in this year, only this year, YSEALI U.S. Mission to ASEAN shaped the theme very specifically for public health sectors. So yeah.
Excellent. How did you hear about the program?
I hear from the email. So I am the YSEALI member. So every time YSEALI have the program or or application open, I always get the information. And then there is a fun fact, actually. I am not selected at the first time. So if I'm not mistaken, it was January 2020. So I'm a bit disappointed because I read my email. Sorry, it says sorry, I cannot accept. You are not elected on this program. But in April, Kak Ima Suganda, if you say if you know from US Mission to ASEAN, send email to me that congratulations, Ismi, you have been selected in this program for YSEALI WLA, and I was like, what? What is this? And I text her to confirm that. Are you not sending the right email or what? So Kaima Kaima said to me that no, it's correct. Your name is recommended. Your YSEALI coordinator recommend you to be the next our participant in this cohort because we're turning the program from offline into online. So I got selected in this program. So yeah, it's really amazing experience. God and also friends. I make friends with my fellows from Southeast Asian. Yeah, so it's just amazing, and I have my personal experience really touching because at that moment pandemic hits us, right? My business is not only in stable condition. I was really depressed at that time, and I lost my confidence level. And after that, I don't want to meet people because I think that, oh my God, I am failed. I am failed running my business. I am failed. I don't want to meet with people because yeah, I just not feel deserve. I'm not okay in this condition. So YSEALI WLA enables me to share my vulnerabilities to everyone until I'm crying in the middle of the session. So yeah, it's just amazing. After that, I have bravery to come back stronger, to really grab my my energy, my spirit to start my business again. So yeah, thanks to YSEALI WLA.
It's hard to imagine you being depressed because you have so much energy. There's such a light to you and you're all smiling. But that's a good reminder to people that life is, peaks and valleys. We go through many phases in life, and sometimes we're in a low spot, sometimes we're in a high spot. So one of the ways that you got through that low spot, as you said, was sharing your vulnerabilities. Do you have any other tips for people in our audience who are going through a tough time, or maybe their business or NGO isn't going as well as they would hope?
Okay, my best tips is just accept, take your moment. It's okay that we are not okay in this hard time. Surround yourself with the positive people. Always tell to everyone that you are not okay, because sometimes we as women often think that we have to be great, we have to be perfect, we have to be okay, right? So that makes us like there's a burden, like, oh, it's so heavy if we always carry that baggage in ourselves, that we have to perform better, as best as we can. But sometimes it's okay if you are not in a good condition. Accept that it is not it is the easy thing that I can say, but it is the hardest thing that I've been experiencing, because acceptance is, what is that, like a skill that we can really accept our weakness, our vulnerabilities, our sad moment. We have to release the emotion. Well, you have to accept that first, and then try to looking for a positive energy. Surround yourself with positive people. Yeah, so that's for me.
Lots of good tips in there. And you definitely need positive people, people you can share your vulnerabilities with and talk things through.
Yeah.
And to take a step back, what Ismi was talking about earlier when she said YSEALI, that's the Young Southeast Asian Leaders Initiative. And if you're between the ages of 18 to 35 and you're Southeast Asian, and you're not a member of YSEALI, what are you waiting for? So we'll have the information about YSEALI in the description below. So I hope you join, because we can connect you with mentors and peers to talk through some of these challenges. So
Yeah.
Go ahead.
PWLA also provide a mentorship sessions. So me with Kate, my mentor from UK, but now she lived in Thailand. We always share our positive energy. Like today, this week, we're gonna talk about navigating our failure, and the next we can talk about the specific goals and how to get there with the smart strategy and something like that. It's really amazing program. So if you are women leaders living in Southeast Asia and having a strong passion to lead your communities, please do apply for the next program. So, yeah.
Absolutely. And of course, many of the most successful entrepreneurs have said that they learned as much from their failures as their successes. So it's all part of the process. Now,
Yes,
Ismi,
even
you
yeah.
are, go ahead, Ismi. There's just a little bit of a delay. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I learned also from Michelle Obama. She said that just be brave. Don't be afraid of failure, because the only way and the only way that we can learn in this life is by failing. It's not about the failure, but how we do after we fail. Do you quit,
Yes.
or do you give up, or do you come back stronger? So yeah, it's really I learned a lot by doing my mistake and fail.
And it's
So
taking
it's
that
okay not to be okay.
when we do, yeah, absolutely, that it's going to be okay. And another point, when we do fail, we need to be really honest with ourselves. We need to explore, why did I fail? Because if you don't go through that process, then you won't learn. You won't do better the next time. You really have to do that analysis and say, what happened here? And that can be
Yes.
so valuable. And then it can seem like that failure was worthwhile, because it'll lead you to a successful adventure the next time.
Yeah, I totally agree with your statement, Jason.
So it's interesting. I've been living in Indonesia about 6 months now, and I talk to a lot of young Indonesian leaders, and they are so inspired by Michelle Obama. Why do you think Michelle Obama in particular resonates so much with so many Indonesian women?
Because because whenever she delivers speech, there is a superpower and super energy that we can absorb. I don't know why. It's powerful speech. The best advice that she gave to us: just be bold, be determined, don't be afraid of fail. it's like something that we, the woman from Indonesia, need it, because sometimes are we cannot, what is it, we cannot show our best performance just because we are women in Indonesia. I mean, there is a social norm, something like that, that it's not relevant anymore, but it's still in our culture. So whenever I see the Michelle Obama, or I read her books, Becoming, I feel so empowered by her words, and she always leads by example. So that's the one thing that I also learned from her. So walk the talk, do your best, give sense act of service to anyone, be honest with with yourself. Yeah, something like that. It's just superpower. I like reading her podcast also, that invite some of her friends or her husbands to talk about life, talk about young generation. Yeah, it's just amazing.
Now I'm just going to pause for a moment and mention to our audience that this is a live show. So if you have questions for Ismi, please feel welcome to share them, put them in the chat box, and we will give Ismi an opportunity to respond. If you don't ask questions and you just want to listen, that's fine, because I have plenty of questions. So when you obviously have a lot of positive energy and you really want to help others, particularly women, and inspire them. Were you always like this? Were you always this bold and full of energy as a child? Were you similar, or did you go through phases?
Yeah, actually, people. So I will share that in YSEALI WLA, in my cohort, they give us, if you can see, it's a
Yes, I
dynamic
can see.
personal preference. It's assessment that they will give a link, and we have like placement test before we get this report. And luckily, this book is really express me. uh, it says that you are super positive people, but there is a weakness that I have to admit. If I have a big idea, but I don't have people with me to support my idea, then that just become an idea. I cannot turn into a real action. So of course, I have a super extra energy, but there is also another factor that this super or extra energy can make something impactful by collaborate with another people and doing something impactful. So yeah, I always turn my energy into positive things. Like now I helping the small micro enterprises in Jepara, not only in Jepara, but our goal first in is always it is only make like help them promoting their products, the SMEs in Jepara. But I don't know why the information is spread all over Indonesia. There is people that want us to promote their product from Kalimantan, from Tangerang, from Jakarta, from Bandung, from Solo, and oh my God! And I don't do this alone. I know my weakness. I don't have that big numbers of followers. So I try to connect with an influencer in Jepara. Say, hey, can you help me? And do you want to join force with me? I have this initiative and idea, blah blah blah. Oh, okay, so let's do it. So that it happens, and up to now there is 115 small micro enterprises that we are promoting. Not only that, but we also provide like a training for them. For example, last night we have already held technical skills like how to make your create your content. I mean, in terms of promotion, impressive, become impressive to your consumer. So another week, next week we have photography photography skills, to train them about photography skills. And yeah, it's just amazing that they say to us, thank you so much. This platform, this movement is really helped us in this hard time. It just makes me, oh, thanks God, I do something good in my life, something like that. So it makes me that I want to do it again. I want to do it again. I want to do it again. Yeah. So it's also one of the YSEALI value that I got. It's shaping my way of life, my way of thinking, in seeing the problem and turning into the solution. So thank you so much, YSEALI.
Now, this initiative that you were just describing, is that part of the Jepara Green Generation, or is it separate?
So it's no, it's separate. It's separate. Jepara Green Generation is no, my organization with my friends that I found in 2018. So we got funding from SSAYEP International, but before the Jepara Green Generation, I got the funding from YSEALI US Embassy Manila when I went to the YSEALI Summit. But after that, after one year after Trash Talk Indonesia, I get opportunity to apply for the SSIYAP International funding competition. Me with my friends bring the Jepara Green Generation names winning this award. So because based on the problems that there are in Jepara, we don't have any organization that promote about eliminating the single use of plastic bag. So I have a personal story with my Australian professor friends. So he was the big fan of my role model, Raden Ajeng Kartini. She was a woman heroine of Indonesia that promote about emancipation, woman emancipation in Indonesia. She is really care about the environment. I saw her collecting the trash in the beach, in the beautiful beach, but full of plastic waste in there. And I started thinking that, oh my God, she is a foreigner. I am a native people. What can I do? It's really like, my heart, oh, I have to do something. And this issue, the plastic waste issue, is like so far from the young people in Jepara. It's not like smoke of cigarette that everyone smells and then feel, oh my God, this smell is not so good. But the waste issue is far from their side. So I bring up to the young people in Jepara, hey, so the first project is work camp. So I try to select or train the 20 young people to become an agent of transformation and spreading the green fever in Jepara. The first thing that I do is campaigning in a public area using the plastic bag cap in our head. So we are trying to attract their attention. We grab their attention. And whenever there is someone that asks, hey, what are you doing? Yeah, this person is our target. So by saying like this, am I beautiful? Am I beautiful without the plastic bag cap? Am I beautiful? Yes, of course. What about this?
Oh, that's
so
great.
I put on the plastic bag cap. What about this? No, you are so ugly. Yes, imagine this word. This is our Mother Earth right now. So we are polluting our Mother Earth so bad. So what will we want to pass on to our next generation? Is it the world that has a beautiful flora and fauna and fresh water and a clean, fresh air and a clean water, or the world or the Mother Earth that full of garbage or plastic waste? So yeah, that's one of the examples that we are doing right now. So
You have to send
sorry,
us some
Jason.
photos.
I
You have
think
to
I
send us
talk
some
too
photos of
much.
people with the plastic bags on their heads.
Yeah, actually, it's inspired by my YSEALI Academic Fellowship also, friends.
Mm.
So her name is Ranitia Nurlita. I think maybe after this US mission to ASEAN can call him, because she was also my inspiration up until now. We always contacting each other. Whenever I want to build ethical business, I will contact them. I will contact her and then ask for her best advice. So yeah, before yeah, okay. So you can continue with your question. I think I talked too much. Sorry.
Now, you mentioned you were inspired by a woman who was focused on women's emancipation. That was the phrase you used. What does women's emancipation mean to you?
So it basically an equality, a same opportunity, where we can do anything we want like a boy. So for example, there is only 5 things that a woman has to do. The first is giving birth. The second is having a period. The third is pregnant. And what is the one? Yeah. Beside that, it has to be same. The boy and the girls. I mean, the woman and the woman and the boy must be same. The opportunities. For example, if I want to go pursuing my dreams, going abroad to have my master degree, it's okay. Not there is no one that can prevent me to be my best version of myself. Even I am right now is married women, so something like that. So it's the same opportunity between men and women. In it also become my values in my relationship, that maybe okay, I can take care of this thing, for example cooking, and then my husband can take care of like sweeping and mopping, something like that. There is not wrong, there is no wrong. It's just about delegating the job. There is no job with gender
We have a technical pause. Let's see if Ismi comes back. We're waiting patiently. Well, we may we may have lost her. It was interesting what she was saying about the limitations placed on women in certain cultures and certain communities. And of course, something that the US mission strongly believes in is that every individual should be able to fulfill his or her potential and pursue his or her dreams. Oh my, it looks like we have definitely lost Ismi. Well, we'll wait just a moment and see if she's able to get back. Does anyone in the audience have any questions for me? Now's your moment. Well, we'll wait about a minute for her, and if she isn't able to come back, we'll have to wrap up the show and have Ismi on another occasion. Let's see. I have word that Ismi is trying to join us again. So let's see what happens.
Oh my God, sorry, I got internet difficulty. Oh, sorry. Sorry, everyone.
For everyone, Indonesia has been having some good rainstorms today, so there's been some technical issues, but I can see you and you're clearly back, and you were talking about women's emancipation. So let me ask you one more question about that. You're clearly saying that in certain cultures, certain communities, women are pressured into being limited to their biology, that their purpose is they menstruate, they have children, it's all about their biology.
Yeah.
How prevalent do you think that still is? Because I know a lot of Southeast Asian women are traveling, having careers, having professions. How prevalent is this perspective that they should only be getting married and having babies? How prevalent is that perspective?
So luckily in my family, they have so open-minded. So I don't really have those pressure, but in my communities, it still happens. So there is a story from my friend that couldn't go pursuing her her dreams just because she now already married. She cannot go to abroad, but yeah, there is someone that has those story, and there is someone that give fully support by her families. But I think all we need to do, and all I need to do, is empower them. Always start to telling them that we have right to be the best version of our life. We have our own voice. We can raise it. Our opinion is matter. So yeah, I start to campaigning in my social media whenever I got I got an opportunity to speak about the woman as a woman leaders. I always say like, don't limit yourself. Don't limit yourself. Just break your limitation. Be brave. Be brave. Be you. That's one of the webinar session that I will what is that? I will give it to the Indonesian in Indonesian Women's Leadership Academy next September. So I always promoting that value to women around me, because maybe me have the privilege because my family is open mind. My friends and I joined in this supporting. I have a supporting systems, so that support me really good. Have woman mentor that can always I can look up into. But there are women that has no privilege about us, and me always I give my time myself to to have a time for listening to her story and empower them and motivate them and ask them what can I do, just to make sure that you are okay. If you have dream, you have desire, go fight for it. It's okay, something like that. So yeah.
We completely agree. And of course, I will add that if a woman is being honest with herself and her dream is to get married and stay at home nurturing her children, and she doesn't want a traditional or a career, she doesn't want a career, that's absolutely fine. The key is that she has options. If that's what she wants to do, then great. But if she wants to go out and have a career, then that's great too. It's just having those opportunities to fulfill whatever her dreams are.
Yeah.
Now, I know that you were sent on a special program to Connecticut, if I remember correctly. We were talking before. Am I remembering that correctly?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit.
University of Connecticut.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about your impressions of the United States and Connecticut.
Wow, it's really amazing place to learn, to make a new connection, to feel the atmosphere, because USA is the first country that I went to because I never went to abroad before. So YSEALI is the my first experience. Actually, it was not only life changing, but also I feel I know the culture of American, that they are very happy to help others, even they are already maybe 80 years old. They still have super power to do their voluntary activities in the soup kitchen, in a food share, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's food share. So they collect the food from the department store and then wrap it and then short it into one beautiful package and give it to the people in it. I was like, oh my god! Just now I know that the a habit of being a voluntary is really high. It's really hype there. Uh, and that's why after returning to Indonesia, I try to adapt that value. So giving to other people, share it, pay it forward. What the lessons that I have already got from the United States. Also, when I actually, there is a fun fact also about YSEALI Academic Fellowship. I apply for the civic engagement program, but the U.S. Embassy Jakarta switched me into a social entrepreneurship and economic development program, which is where it located in Connecticut. And that moment is really changed. It's really changed my life, because I can fully understand that business can work together with creating an impact. And that's what I did right now in my business. If I can share, if I can mention what, who is my role model, beside Michelle Obama, it was, she is Anita Roddick, the founder of Body Shop. So she is the first female that built her companies, her company with with ethical business. So she promotes sustainability, and it's inspire me also in running my business. So in my business, I try to really reducing the single use of plastic bag. So it's not easy, but I know that it's a long journey. But yeah, I I have mission. So our there is a wall hanging in my kitchen. In my kitchen, it said that business should not be about profit, but business, it should be about responsibilities. It should be about public good, not only private greed. So I love it so much, that quote, and it's always remind me to always, when you want to make a business, try in an ethical way, try to make your business become sustainable. I mean, like, you're concerned about your waste, you're concerned about the people, the profit, and the planet. So yeah, I got that lesson from YSEALI Academic Fellowship. So thanks to YSEALI again.
Well, thank you, thank you. And of course, that's a wonderful story, because the point is you can make some money and be ethical at the same time. All right, last question for you, and then we'll have to wrap up. What would you like other Southeast Asians and Americans to know about Indonesia that perhaps we don't know already?
Indonesia has many potential leaders. We are coming with a fresh and big ideas. I never imagined that we have so many potential young leaders in Indonesia, and thanks to YSEALI, because we, the young leaders that has so many a big idea, and the US mission to ASEAN and YSEALI and US government collect us and what is it, like, connect us to work together, to collaborate, to make this world a better place to live. So yeah, don't come to Indonesia. Oh, it's a leadership. What is it like? It's for the human resource, but from maybe I want to mention about the tourism because I'm from Jepara. You have to come to Karimun Jawa because it's a really beautiful ecotourism. You can go diving there. You can meet with the friendly people. You can eat fish as much as you want with very affordable price. So come visit Jepara in Indonesia. That's all. That's all I can say. Jason, back to you.
Thank you so much, Ismi. And when some of the tourism regulations related to COVID have been lifted, I would love to go to Jepara and have you take me around. And it's been such a delight getting to know you this afternoon. Thank you so much for participating in this conversation. You had a lot of great leadership tips for our audience. And you told them all about the Women's Leadership Academy. And of course, we want them to know all about that. So thank you so much. And thank you to our audience for tuning in for this edition of The Big Idea. Thank you so much. And until the next time.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, everyone, for the opportunity. Bye.